Act 2. Scene 1. A room in Pinchwife's house. Mrs. Margery Pinchwife and Alithea, Pinchwife peeping behind at the door.
Pray, sister, where are the best fields and woods to walk in London?
A pretty question. Why, sister, Mulberry Garden and St James's Park, and for close walks, the New Exchange.
Pray, sister, tell me why my husband looks so dry here in town and keeps me up so close, and will not let me go a walking, nor let me wear my best gown yesterday.
Oh, he's jealous, sister.
Jealous? What's that?
He's afraid you should love another man.
How should he be afraid of my loving another man when he will not let me see any but himself?
Did he not carry you yesterday to a play?
But we sat amongst ugly people. He would not let me come near the gentry who sat under us so that I could not see him. He told me that none but naughty women sat there, whom they tussed and mussed, but I would have ventured for all that.
But how did you like the play?
Indeed, I was weary of the play, but I liked hugely the actors. They are the goodliest, properest men, sister.
Oh, but you must not like the actors, sister.
But how could I help it, sister? Pray, sister, when my husband comes in, will you ask leave for me to go a-walking?
A walking? Lord, a country gentlewoman's pleasure is the drudgery of a footpost, and she requires as much airing as her husband's horses. But here comes your husband. I'll ask, though I'm sure he'll not grant it.
He says he won't let me go abroad for fear of catching the pox.
Fie, the smallpox, you should say.
Enter Pinchwife.
Oh, my dear, dear bud, welcome home. Why dost thou look so froppish? Who has nangered thee?
You're a fool.
Mrs. Pinchwife goes aside and cries.
Faith, so she is, for crying for no fault, poor tender creature.
What? You would have her as impudent as yourself, as arrant a Gilflirt, a gadder, a magpie, and to say all a mere notorious town woman.
Brother, you are my only censurer, and the honour of your family will sooner suffer in your wife there than in me, though I take the innocent liberty of the town.
Hark you, mistress, do not talk so before my wife. The innocent liberty of the town.
Why, pray, who boasts of any intrigue with me? What lampoon has made my name notorious? What ill women frequent my lodgings? I keep no company with any women of scandalous reputations.
No, you keep the men of scandalous reputations company.
Where? Would you not have me civil? Answer 'em in a box at plays, in the drawing-room at Whitehall, in St James's Park, Mulberry Garden, or...
Hold! Do not teach my wife where the men are to be found. I believe she's the worse for your town documents already. I bid you keep her in ignorance, as I do.
Indeed, be not angry with her, but she will tell me nothing of the town, though I ask her 1,000 times a day.
Then you are very inquisitive to know, I find.
Not I indeed, dear. I hate London. Our place house in the country is worth 1,000 of it. Would I were there again.
So you shall, I warrant. But were you not talking of plays and players when I came in? You are her encourager in such discourses.
No, indeed, dear. She chid me just now for liking the playmen.
Nay, if she be so innocent as to own to me her liking, there's no hurt in it. Come, my poor rogue, but thou likest none better than me?
Yes, indeed, but I do. The player men are finer folks.
But you love none better than me?
You are my own dear bud, and I know you. I hate a stranger.
Aye, my dear, you must love me only, and not be like the naughty town women who only hate their husbands and love every man else. Love plays, visits, fine coaches, fine clothes, fiddles, balls, treats, and so lead a wicked town life.
Nay, but if to enjoy all these things be a town life, London is not so bad a place, dear.
How? If you love me, you must hate London.
The fool has forbid me discovering to her the pleasures of the town, and he is now setting her agog upon them himself.
But husband, do the town women love the player men too?
Yes, I warrant you.
I warrant you.
Why, you do not, I hope?
No, bud, but why have we no player men in the country?
Mrs. Minx, ask me no more to go to a play.
Nay, why, love? I did not care for going, but when you forbid me, you make me, as it were, desire it.
So 'twill be in other things, I warrant.
Hey, let me go to a play, dear.
Hold your peace, I will not.
Why, love?
Why, I'll tell you.
Nay, if he tell her, she'll give him more cause to forbid her that place.
Pray, why, dear?
First, you like the actors, and the gallants may like you.
What, a homely country girl? No, bud, nobody will like me.
I tell you, yes, they may.
No, you jest. I won't believe you. I will go.
I tell you then, that one of the lewdest fellows in the town who saw you there told me he was in love with you.
Indeed? Who? Pray, who was it?
I'd gone too far and slipped before I was aware how overjoyed she is.
Was it any Hampshire gallant or any of our neighbours? I promise you, I am beholden to him.
I promise you, you lie, for he would but ruin you, as he has done hundreds. He has no other love for women but that, such as he look upon the women like basilisks, but to destroy them.
Aye, but if he loves me, why should he ruin me? Answer me to that. Methinks he should not. I would do him no harm.
'Tis very well, but I'll keep him from doing you any harm, or me either. But here comes company. Get you in, get you in.
But pray, husband, is he a pretty gentleman that loves me?
In, baggage, in.
Thrusts her in and shuts the door. Enter Sparkish and Harcourt.
What, all the lewd liberties of the town brought to my lodging by this easy coxcomb? Stuff. I'll not suffer it.
Harcourt, do you approve my choice? Dear little rogue, I told you I'd bring you acquainted with all my friends, the wits, and...
Aye, they shall know her as well as you yourself will, I warrant you.
This is one of those, my pretty tongue, that are to dance at your wedding tomorrow, and him you must bid welcome ever to what you have and I have.
Monstrous.
Harcourt, how dost thou like her, Faith? Nay, dear, do not look down. I should hate to have a wife of mine out of the countenance at anything.
Wonderful.
Tell me, say I, Harcourt, how dost thou like her? Thou hast stared upon her enough to resolve me.
So indefinitely well, that I could wish I had a mistress too, that I might differ from her in nothing but her love and engagement to you.
Sir, Master Sparkish has often told me that his acquaintance were all wits and railers, and now I find it.
No, by the universe, madam, he does not rally now. You may believe him. I do assure you, he is the honestest, worthiest, true-hearted gentleman. A man of such perfect honour, he would say nothing to a lady he does not mean.
Praising another man to his mistress.
Sir, you are so beyond expectation obliging that...
Nay, egad, I am sure you do admire her extremely. I see it in your eyes. He does admire you, madam, by the world, don't you?
Yes, above the world, or the most glorious part of it, her whole sex. And till now, I never thought I should have envied you, or any man about to marry. But you have the best excuse for marriage I ever knew.
Nay, now, sir, I'm satisfied you are of the society of the wits and railers, since you cannot spare your friend, even when he is but too civil to you. But the surest sign is, since you're an enemy to marriage, for that I hear you hate as much as business or bad wine.
Truly, madam, I was never an enemy to marriage till now, because marriage was never an enemy to me before.
But why, sir, is marriage an enemy to you now? Because it robs you of your friend here? For you look upon a friend married as one gone into a monastery, that is dead to the world?
'Tis indeed, because you marry him. I see, madam, you can guess my meaning. I do confess, heartily and openly, I wish it were in my power to break the match, and by heavens I would.
Poor Frank.
Would you be so unkind to me?
Oh, no. 'Tis not because I would be unkind to you.
Poor Frank. No, gad, 'tis only his kindness to me.
Great kindness to you indeed. Insensible fop, let a man make love to his wife to his face.
Come, dear Frank, for all my wife there, that shall be. Thou shalt enjoy me sometimes, dear rogue. By my honour, we men of wit condole for our deceased brother in marriage, as much as for one dead in earnest. I think that was prettily said of me. Ha! Harcourt, overcome, Frank. Be not melancholy for me.
No, I assure you, I am not melancholy for you.
Prithee, Frank, dost think my wife that shall be there a fine person?
I could gaze upon her till I became as blind as you are.
How as I am? How?
Because you are a lover, and true lovers are blind. Stark blind!
True. But by the world she has wit too, as well as beauty. Go with her into a corner, and try if she has wit. Talk to her anything. She's bashful for me.
Indeed, if a woman wants wit in a corner, she has it nowhere.
Sir, you dispose of me a little before your time.
Nay, madam. Let me have an earnest of your obedience, or go, madam.
Harcourt courts Alithea aside.
How, sir? If you are not concerned for the honour of a wife, I am for that of a sister. He shall not debauch her. Be a pander to your own wife. Bring men to her. Let her make love before your face. Thrust them into a corner together, then leave them in private. Is this your town wit and conduct?
A silly wise rogue could make one laugh more than a stark fool. I shall burst! Nay, you shall not disturb them. I'll vex thee by the world.
Struggles with Pinchwife to keep him from Harcourt and Alithea.
The writings are drawn, sir, settlements made. 'Tis too late, sir, and past all revocation.
Then so is my death.
I would not be so unjust to him.
Then why to me so?
I have no obligation to you.
Oh, my love.
I had this before.
You never had it. He wants, you see, jealousy. The only infallible sign of it.
Love proceeds from esteem. He cannot distrust my virtue. Besides, he loves me, or he would not marry me.
Marrying you is no more a sign of his love than bribing your woman that he may marry you is a sign of his generosity. Marriage is rather a sign of interest than love. And he that marries a fortune covets a mistress, not loves her. But if you take marriage for a sign of love, take it from me immediately.
No, now you have put a scruple in my head. But in short, sir, to end our dispute, I must marry him. My reputation would suffer in the world else.
No, if you do marry him, with your pardon, madam, your reputation suffers in the world, and you would be thought in necessity for a cloak.
Nay, now you are rude, sir. Mr. Sparkish, pray come hither. Your friend here is very troublesome and very loving.
Hold.
Do you hear that?
Why, do you think I'll seem to be jealous, like a country bumpkin?
No, rather be a cuckold like a credulous kit.
Madam, you would not have been so little generous as to have told him.
Yes, since you could be so little generous as to wrong him.
Wrong him? No man can do it. He's beneath an injury, a bubble, a coward, a senseless idiot, a wretch so contemptible to all the world but you that...
Hold! Do not rail at him, for since he is like to be my husband, I am resolved to like him. Nay, I think I am obliged to tell him you are not his friend. Master Sparkish! Master Sparkish!
What? Now, dear oak, has she not wit?
Not so much as I thought and hoped she had.
Mr. Sparkish, do you bring people to rail at you?
Madam.
No, but if he does rail at me, 'tis but in jest, I warrant. What we wits do for one another, and never take any notice of it.
He spoke so scurrilously of you, I have no patience to hear him. Besides, he has been making love to me.
Who, damn telltale woman?
Pshaw! The show is parts. We writs rail and make love often, but to show our parts, as we have no affections, so we have no malice.
He said you were a wretch below an injury.
Pshaw!
Damned, senseless, impudent, virtuous jade. Well, since she won't let me have her, she'll do as good. She'll make me hate her.
A common bubble.
Pshaw!
A coward.
Pshaw! Pshaw!
A senseless, drivelling idiot.
Ow! Did he disparage my parts? Nay, then my honour's concerned. I can't put up that, sir. By the world, brother, help me to kill him. I may draw now, since we have the odds of him. 'Tis a good occasion, too, before my mistress.
Offers to draw.
Hold!
What?
I must not let him kill the gentleman neither, for his kindness to me. I'm so far from hating him that I wish my gallant had his person and understanding. Nay, if my honour...
I'll be thy death!
Hold! Indeed, to tell the truth, the gentleman said after all that what he spoke was but out of friendship to you.
How? Say, I am a fool, that is no wit, out of friendship to me?
Yes, to try whether I was concerned enough for you, and made love to me only to be satisfied of my virtue, for your sake.
Kind, however.
Nay, if it was so, my dear oak, I ask thee pardon. But why would you not tell me so, Faith?
Because I did not think on it, Faith.
Come, Horner does not come, Harcourt. Let's be gone to the new play. Come, madam.
I will not go if you intend to leave me alone in the box and run into the pit as you used to do.
Oh, pshaw! I'll leave Harcourt with you in the box to entertain you, and that's as good if I sat in the box. I should be thought no judge but of trimmings. Come away, Harcourt. Lead her down.
Exit Sparkish, Harcourt, and Alithea.
Well, go thy ways, for the flower of true town fops, such as to spread their estates before they come to them, and are cuckolds before they're married. Let me look to my own freehold. How?
Enter Lady Fidget, Mrs. Dainty Fidget, and Mrs. Squemish.
Your servant, sir. Where is your lady? We are come to wait upon her to the new play.
New play?
And my husband will wait upon you presently.
Damn your civility. Madam, by no means. I will not see Sir Jaspar here till I have waited upon him at home, nor shall my wife see you till she has waited upon your ladyship at your lodgings.
Now we are here, sir?
No, madam.
Pray, let us see her.
We will not stir till we see her.
Pox on you all.
Goes to the door and returns.
She has locked the door and is gone abroad.
No, you have locked the door and she's within.
They told us below she was here.
Oh, will nothing do? Well, it must out then. To tell you the truth, ladies, which I was afraid to let you know before, lest it might endanger your lives, my wife has just now the smallpox come out upon her. Do not be frightened, but pray, be gone, ladies. You shall not stay here in danger of your lives. Pray, get you gone, ladies.
No, no, no. We have all had them.
Alack, alack.
Oh, come, we must see how it goes with her. I understand the disease.
Come.
Well, there's no being too hard for women at their own weapon line, therefore, I'll quit the field.
Pinchwife exits.
Here's an example of jealousy.
Indeed, as the world goes, I wonder there are no more jealous, since wives are so neglected.
Sure, as the world goes, to what end should they be jealous?
'Tis a nasty word.
That men of parts, great acquaintance and quality, should take up with and spend themselves and fortunes in keeping little playhouse creatures foe.
Nay, that women of understanding, great acquaintance, and good quality should fall a keeping too of little creatures.
Why, 'tis the men of quality's fault that never visit women of honour and reputation as they used to do, and have not so much as common civility for ladies of our rank, but use us with the same indifferency and ill-breeding as if we were all married to 'em.
She says true. 'Tis an arrant shame of women of quality should be so slighted. Methinks birth should go for something. I have known men admired, courted, and followed for their titles only.
Aye, one would think men of honour should not love, no more than marry out of their own rank.
Fie upon 'em. They are come to think crossbreeding for themselves best, as well as dogs and horses. I'm so sorry, I took someone's line.
Sorry, shall I go back? Fie upon them. They are come to think crossbreeding for themselves best, as well as for their dogs and horses.
They are dogs and horses for it.
One would think, if not for love, for vanity a little.
Nay, they do satisfy their vanity upon us sometimes, and are kind to us in their report, tell all the world they lie with us.
Damned rascals, that we should only be wronged by 'em. To report a man has had a person, when he has not had a person, is the greatest wrong in the whole world that can be done to a person.
Well, 'tis an arrant shame noble person should be so wronged and neglected.
But still 'tis an arranter shame for a noble person to neglect her own honour, and defame her own noble person with little inconsiderable fellows.
I suppose the crime against our honour is the same with a man of quality as with another.
How? No, sure. The man of quality is likest one's husband, and therefore the fault should be less.
But then the pleasure should be less.
Fie, for shame, sister! Whither shall we ramble? Be continent in your discourse, or I shall hate you.
Besides, an intrigue is so much the more notorious for the man's quality.
'Tis true that nobody takes notice of a private man, and therefore with him 'tis more secret, and the crime's the less when 'tis not known.
You say true, I faith. I think you are in the right on it. 'Tis not an injury to a husband, till it be an injury to our honours, so that a woman of honour loses no honour with a private person, and, to say truth,
Oh, the little fellow is grown a private person with her.
but still, my dear, dear honour.
Enter Sir Jaspar, Fidget, Horner, and Dorilant.
Hey, my dear of honour, thou hast still so much honour in thy mouth.
But she has none elsewhere.
Oh, what do ye mean to bring these upon us?
Foe, these are as bad as wits.
So,
Let us leave the room.
Stay, Faith, to tell you the naked truth.
Sir Jaspar, Do not use the word naked.
Well, in short, I have business at Whitehall and cannot go to the play with you. Therefore would have you go...
With those two? To a play?
No, not with the other, but with Mr. Horner. There can be no more scandal to go with him than with Mr. Tattle or Master Limram.
With that nasty fellow? No.
Nay, prithee, dear, hear me.
Ladies,
Horner and Dorilant draw near Mrs. Squemish and Mrs. Dainty Fidget.
Stand off.
Do not approach us.
You heard with the wits your obscenity all over.
And I would as soon look upon a picture of Adam and Eve without fig leaves as any of you, if I could help it. Therefore keep off and do not make us sick.
What the devil are these?
why, these are pretenders to honour, as critics to wit, only by censoring others, and as every raw, peevish, out-of-humoured, affected, dull, tea-drinking, arithmetical fop sets up for a wit by railing at men of sense, so these for honour, by railing at the court, and ladies of as great honour as quality.
Come, Mr. Horner, I must desire you to go with these ladies to the play, sir.
I, sir?
Come, sir.
I must beg your pardon, sir, and theirs. I will not be seen in women's company in public again for the world.
Strange aversion.
No, he's for women's company in private.
Poor man,
'Tis a greater shame amongst lewd fellows to be seen in virtuous women's company, than for the women to be seen with them.
Indeed, madam, the time was I only hated virtuous women, but now I hate the other two. I beg your pardon, ladies.
You are very obliging, sir, because we would not be troubled with you.
In sober sadness he shall go.
Nay, if he will not, I am ready to wait upon the ladies, and I think I am the fitter man.
You, sir? No, I thank you for that, Master. Master Horner is a privileged man amongst the virtuous ladies. 'Twill be a great while before you are so. He's my wife's gallant. No, pray withdraw, sir, for as I take it, the virtuous ladies have no business with you.
And I am sure he can have none with them. 'Tis strange a man can't come amongst virtuous women now, but upon the same terms as men are admitted into the great Turk's seraglio. But heavens keep me from being an ombre player with them. Where is Pinchwife?
Dorilant.
Come, man. What? Avoid the sweet society of womankind. That sweet, soft, gentle, tame, noble creature, woman, made for a man's companion.
So is it that soft, gentle, tame, and more noble creature, spaniel, and has all their tricks, can fawn, lie down, suffer beating, and fawn the more, barks at your friends when they come to see you, makes your bed hard, gives you fleas, and the mange sometimes, and all the difference is, the spaniel's a more faithful animal, and fawns but upon one master.
Oh, the rude beast!
Insolent brute.
Brute! Stinking, mortified, rotten French weather to dare!
Hold and please, your ladyship. For shame, Master Horner. Your mother was a woman. Now, shall I never reconcile them? Hark you, madam. Take my advice in your anger. You know you often want one to make up your drolling pack of ombre players, and you may cheat him easily, for he's an ill gamester and consequently loves play. Besides, you know you have but 2 old civil gentlemen, with stinking breaths too, to wait upon you abroad. Take in the third into your service. The other are but crazy, and a lady should have a supernumerary gentleman usher as a supernumerary coach horse, lest sometimes you should be forced to stay at home.
But are you sure he loves play and has money?
He loves play as much as you and has money as much as I.
Then I am contented to make him pay for his scurrility. Money makes up in a measure all other wants in men. Those whom we cannot make hold for gallants, we make fine.
So, now, to mollify, wheedle him. Master Horner, will you never keep civil company? Methinks 'tis time now, since you are only fit for them. Come, man. You must even fall to visiting our wives, eating at our tables, drinking tea with our virtuous relations after dinner, dealing cards to him, reading plays and gazettes to him, picking fleas out of their smocks for him, collecting receipts, new songs, women, pages, and footmen for him.
I hope they'll afford me better employment, sir.
Says fit, you know your work before you come into your place, and since you are unprovided of a lady to flatter and a good house to eat at, pray frequent mine, and call my wife mistress, and she shall call you gallant according to the custom.
Who, I?
Faith, thou shalt for my sake. Come, for my sake only.
For your sake.
Come, here's a gamester for you. Let him be a little familiar sometimes, nay, what if a little rude? Gamesters may be rude with ladies, you know.
Yes, losing gamesters have a privilege with women.
I always thought the contrary, that the winning gamester had most privilege with women. For when you've lost your money to a man, you'll lose anything you have, all you have, they say, and he may use you as he pleases.
Well, win or lose, you shall have your liberty with her.
As he behaves himself, and for your sake I'll give him admittance and freedom.
All sorts of freedom, madam?
All sorts of freedom thou canst take. And so go to her, begin thy new employment, wheedle her, jest with her, and be better acquainted one with another.
I think I know her already, therefore may venture with her my secret for hers.
Horner and Fidget whisper.
Sister Kez, I have provided an innocent playfellow for you there.
Who? He?
There's a playfellow indeed.
Yes, sure. What, he is good enough to play at cards, blindman's buff, or the fool with sometimes?
Fair, we'll have no such playfellows.
No, sir, you shan't choose playfellows for us. We thank you.
Nay, pray hear me.
But, poor gentleman, could you be so generous, so truly a man of honour, as for the sakes of us women, to honour, to cause yourself to be reported no man, and to suffer yourself the greatest shame that could fall upon a man, that none might fall upon us women by your conversation, but, indeed, sir, as perfectly the same man as before your going to France, sir? As perfectly, sir.
As perfectly, madam. Nay, I scorn you should take my word. I desire to be tried only, madam.
Well, that's spoken again like a man of honour. All men of honour desire to come to the test. But, indeed, generally, you men report such things of yourselves, one does not know how or whom to believe. And it comes to pass, we dare not take your words no more than your tailor's, without some strayed servant of yours be bound with you. But I have so strong a faith in your honour, dear, noble sir, that I'd forfeit mine for yours at any time, dear sir.
No, madam, you should not need to forfeit it for me. I have given you security already to save you harmless. My late reputation being so well known in the world, madam.
But if upon any future falling out, or upon a suspicion of my taking the trust out of your hands, to employ some other, you yourself should betray your trust, dear sir. I mean, if you'll give me the leave to speak obscenely, you might tell, dear sir.
If I did, nobody would believe me. The reputation of impotency is as hardly recovered again in the world as that of cowardice, dear madam.
Nay, say then, as one may say, you may do your worst, dear sir.
Come, is your ladyship reconciled to him yet? Have you agreed on matters? For I must be gone to Whitehall.
Why, indeed, Sir Jaspar, Master Horner is 1,000 times a better man than I thought him. Cousin Squemish, Sister Dainty, I can name him now. Truly, not long ago, you know, I had thought his very name obscenity, and I would have soon lain with him as have named him.
Very likely, poor madam.
I believe it.
No doubt on't.
Well, that your ladyship is as virtuous as any she, I know, and him all the town knows. Therefore, now you like him, get you gone to your business together. Go to your business, I say. Pleasure, whilst I go to my pleasure of business.
Come, then, dear gallant.
Come away, my dearest mistress.
So, why, 'tis as I'd have it.
Sir Jaspar.
And as I'd have it.
Who for his business from his wife will run, takes the best care to have her business done.
Exit all.